Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Okay. Fairy Tale episode 133. This one was called Traveling Companions. Now, if anybody's seen last week's episode, you know what happened with Natsu. That guy, I actually forgot the guy's name. I'll have to go back and take a look at his name. But anyway, he turned him into, the size of a mouse. So it was kind of ridiculous seeing in the beginning of the episode. But this one was called Traveling Companions. Basically, everyone's fooling around, beginning episode, blah, blah, blah. And Lucy's like, shut up, I'm trying to read this. And what happens is, Lucy is reading, she's going over the thing. And she finds out the story behind the book. And the book, the book was called Heaven's a Starry Night. Tells of a little girl and these keys. And there's about six keys that she collects that supposedly she's happy, but everyone around her is very unhappy. And she collected these keys. She went around to different ruins and churches and different places around the world to collect them. And supposedly the story says that the first key went on a journey. Well, that's what the first key in Fairy Tale was. It's referencing to the key that was given to her by her father. That went on a journey. Now that was the whole bit on it. And that was the whole bit on it. And that was a whole bit on it. And she's trying to figure it out, and she finally finds that's the story, and she's telling everybody. So there are like 5 more pieces of this clock. Well, keys. Pieces of a clock. That's not really keys. Pieces of a clock. Now, I want to briefly state something. This filler arc is like 20-30% of this arc right now is strangely similar to where the manga is. With the whole, the Eclipse plan, it's a little bit similar. It's not completely, it's just a little bit. I find it a little bit similar. Maybe they decided to make an anime filler that was to coincide with the manga, but, But anyway, moving right along, that's the story. And they decide, they're at the guild, and they decide to split up in groups. And they're all going to search and find these 5 keys, parts of, this clock. Now, Natsu is the size of... Oh, that was just ridiculous. So, each person gets split up into different groups. We have Mira Jane and Lasana and Elfman. They're in one group. We see them. They're eating lunch on a cliff. That's like dangerously over the sea. Oh, that was ridiculous. Then we have Gray. Oh my God, Gray, Juvia, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Leon shows up. So it's like, remember, if anybody's read the manga, that followed the tournament, beginning of the time of the tournament in the manga, you know that Leon has like some kind of thing going on. He's got some kind of attraction to Juvia. And the whole time they're walking around, Juvia's like, oh! She's thinking that, this is going to help my bond with Gray Sama get stronger and stuff. And she's like so googly-eyed. We have that group. I told you Elfman's group. Then you've got Panther Lily, Levy, Droy, and Jet. Their group. And they're going around, it's just like Droy is panting over just walking like that. And everyone actually find Gajo training just like this. His lightning strike was like, so it's like an intense moment there. And then we have the other 2 groups. ERZA, Kana, Wendy and Charlotte. ERZA was pretty funny in this episode. Oh my god. She wants to have a picnic. She was like so into trying to have a picnic. So what happens? These bandits show up to interrupt her picnic. She got so pissed off, ERZA. So pissed off. She wanted to have a picnic. She couldn't have it because of these guys. And you know what she did? She just Thunder Empress armor, beat the shit out of them. It went flying. You know, and that's that. And then, of course, we got the other group. Lucy, Michelle, Romeo, Happy, and a tiny Natsu. And Happy's like, he's trying to be like, now that Natsu is small, he's trying to act like he's tough shit, Happy. It was just so ridiculous. Eventually what happens is they bump into people, too. Just as ERZA's group bump into people. Oh, also Gray and his group, they find the ruins. They find the ruins where they have to search for the piece of the key, clock, have you. They bump into these can't say that. Oh my god, such a tongue twister. Archaeologists. Let's try saying it again. Archaeologists. You know, people who dug up, you know, tombs and stuff. And they're trying to tell Lucy, don't go after your father's, don't go after this clock. Stop searching for the clock. Forget about it. And Natsu's like, I'm sick. She's like, stop talking. She's screaming at him, stop talking about that. There's more important things. And she says this unbelievable speech about her father, and she starts crying and everything. And it was such a moving thing. Then, because they're on a ship, the ship sways, and Natsu gets thrown overboard. So, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure Natsu could swim. I mean, but the waves keep making him sick. Makes you wonder if Natsu ever fought Luffy, what would happen? If they ever fought on a ship, and they both fell overboard, like, well, what's going to happen there? One's going to get sick, and one's going to drown. But anyway, moving right along. The guys then, those archaeologists, jump in the river, and they rescue Natsu, and they reverse. Surprisingly enough, this is what I meant when I said about the whole Natsu being small, wasn't going to last. They reverse the effect, and Natsu gets big again. It gets back on the boat, and they wave by, and one of the archaeologists knows Lucy's father. That's what it seems like. He knows Lucy's father. So, they get sent their merry way, and they're in the middle of a desert. Like, it was weird. They were in the ocean, they were in the boat, and they were moving past them, and all of a sudden we see them in the desert. Which I didn't understand, but that's what happened. And we go from there, and they're there in the desert, you know, what have you. And they're going to go search. And we get a preview of the next episode where we got damn, I'm trying to think. Gray, Leon, and Juvia are in it's a labyrinth. The next episode is actually called Labyrinth Rhapsody. They're in a labyrinth, and they're trying to find the clock inside this labyrinth in the ruin. They're doing that. Really, the episode is their group, Gray's group, and I think Natsu's group. And also something with Panther Lily. They're them too, I think. So that's what happens in the next episode. This one was alright. I mean, the filler is getting interesting, though. I have to say, this connection between what's going on in this filler to the Eclipse plan in the manga is very strong. It's very strong. It's there. There's a connection. Now, I don't know if the animators decided to do the filler, they wanted the filler to follow it, like partially follow the manga, or they just wanted to have the feel of it. Like they wanted to have it similar to the manga, where what this Eclipse plan is. They wanted something like that in the anime. And also, was found out also in this episode, nothing too much. Information was leaked that Fairy Tail was looking for these keys, these artifacts, these pieces of this clock. So pretty much what happened in this episode. Nothing really spectacular. I mean, mostly just bullshit things going on between Leon and Gray and Juvia, ERZA with the picnic, Natsu, you know, all big business. Seeing ERZA being so pissed off because her picnic was destroyed, was ruined. Oh my god, that was so ridiculous. But anyway, that's pretty much what happened. It was alright. I'd give it a 3. 3.5. I'll give it 3.5. It was alright. Nothing really going on. But I like this idea. I really... Listen, anyone who doesn't like this filler arc, I have this only to say. Watch it because of this mystery of the 6 keys. Watch it because of that. Because surprisingly enough, I've got a feeling this just is connected. I don't know how they're doing this. How they're connecting. It's similar in a way to where the manga is with the Eclipse Plan. With what the Eclipse Plan is to what this is, and I find it funny. In the filler arc, 6 keys. In the manga, 12 keys. It's like half of what it is in the manga. So, you know, it was an okay chapter. Not much action going on, like I said. Natsu guy returned back to normal, so, you know, 3.5. Tell me what you guys think. Comments below. Oh, yeah, someone unsubscribed to me. Fuck them. What? Pissed off? I said something wrong? Oh, but anyway. 133. Fairy Tail. Looks good for next week. I think it's going to be good. Be a good thing. Nothing really else to review. They haven't put up Amnesia yet. And I haven't put Naruto. Those 2 shows. So, yeah, this probably be... I might do another video tonight. Well, actually, I am going to. Episode tonight. Just anyone who's interested. See you guys later.